Hola, hola, hola. What's up? So this is my first ever episode of Call of Duty Tips. We're gonna be talking about let's just get into it. We're gonna talk about the Bouncing Betty today. The Bouncing Betty is one of the most useful equipment items, or not equipment, but lethals. And I think it's maybe the most useful besides the C4. The C4 is extremely overpowered, so I don't know if I'm gonna put that in the discussion. I mean, I'm gonna make a video about the C4, but besides the C4, I think Bouncing Betty's better in Claymore because even though you can avoid the Bouncing Betty pretty well, which we'll be talking about in a second, um, it just seems like the Bouncing Betty is easy to put down. You throw it too, which I like that because you can sort of. I'll use shock charges and Bouncing Betties, and I'll use them together in sequence. But I don't know if it's kind of douchey. It really is really douchey. But I mean, it's something you got to do. But because that's a really successful way to use it. Um, I think it is better than Claymores. It's super useful. Now, one of the main things you want to do is you want to hide them, right? You don't want to hide them like put them under something because it won't work, but you want to, like, if you're playing Search and Destroy, they're super useful. They are extremely useful. So, now we're going to talk about how to avoid getting killed by Bouncing Betty. Now, avoid being killed by Bouncing Betty, it's pretty simple. When you see a Bouncing Betty go up, you get prone immediately. If you don't get prone, you'll most likely die unless it's really far away from you, which you might live then. But when you see a Bouncing Betty, get prone because that's all you really can do to avoid it. It's not super overpowered unless there's a shock charge, but most people have tactical mass, right? Like a lot of people do. The only reason why I use a shock charge is because I need to know where they're at. So I use hit markers if I don't have or me and my teammates don't have a UAV. I'll use the hit marker thing where it shows it to figure out where they are. Because it just helps out. I know exactly where they're at, and the UAV won't be tricking me because there's that little delay. But yeah. So I mean, Bouncing Betty is super useful, and it's pretty easy to avoid too. That's what Black Ops 2 is. It's a really balanced game. They're really good at it, and yeah, Bouncing Betties are just a really cool idea. I was glad that they brought it back from World at War, because in World at War they seem a little bit more overpowered, but now that you can do the prone thing, actually I don't know if you could do the prone thing in World at War because I didn't really play World at War that much, but that's a thing. So yeah. Oh, leave in the comments section what is the next equipment item I should do, the next lethal, or the next video, because I'm making a bunch of Call of Duty tips, and I need to know like what do you want me to do tips on? Because I mean this isn't good. This isn't a great video. I'm not gonna lie. It's not a great video. So, but it's gonna be okay. I mean, it's gonna be pretty good. But yeah. Just leave in the comments if you see my video. Hope you do, and just tell me what you want to do. Anything. I mean, anything. And oh yeah, I'm gonna be uploading a video later that tells you about my channel, what's gonna happen with it. It's a little bit sketchy, but I'm figuring out the details. I kind of want to make this like my job, sort of. So we're just starting to make it really happen. So thank you guys for watching, and have a nice day.